Good evening. I declare, I declare, I declare. School is supposed to teach kids how to read, how to write, and how to do arithmetic, and prepare the child for real life. But every year, kids, teachers, and parents spend weeks stressing over state tests like the MAAP in Mississippi. So why all this testing? And what it's doing to the basics. Tonight we start the series, Why All This State Testing? It's no fluff, and I'm sure not going to sugarcoat anything. State testing isn't optional. It's federal law. The Every Student Succeeds Act forces every state to test kids grades 3 through 8th, plus once in high school for math, reading, and science. But here is what happens when everything revolves around a test. The curriculum narrows. Teachers are pressured to teach to test. Drill multiple choice questions, memorize facts, practice bubbling answers under time pressure. What gets pushed aside? Real reading, for example, deep comprehension, love of books, and analyzing stories. Real writing, essays, research papers, creative stories. Learning to express ideas clearly. Real arithmetic, problem solving, reasoning, understanding why math works, not just speed drills and rote procedures. Studies show this narrowing is real. Schools cut or shrink art, music, PE, science, social studies, and hands-on learning because they're not on the test. Teachers spend weeks on test prep instead of teaching kids how to think, collaborate, or apply what they learn. Reading becomes word recognition and phonics drills, not enjoying books or understanding meaning. Writing gets reduced to short answers. Kids barely learn to organize thoughts or write full essays. Arithmetic turned into memorizing steps. Kids can calculate fast, but struggle to explain or use math in real situations. The results? Kids graduate knowing how to take a test, but not necessarily how to think critically, solve problems, or even communicate well. The exact skills they'll need in the workforce and in life. The human cost is brutal. Kids, teachers, parents dread test week. Anxiety spikes in the child. Some cry, some shut down. Some kids even feel worthless if they don't score high enough. If they fail the test, that means no diploma, no walking across the stage with your friends that you spent 12 years with or more. No, I made it. Just stuck. Summer school, repeating the year, or worse, dropping out. That's not just a score. That's kids' futures on the line. That's parents heartbroken. That's teens who feel failure because one test said so. Even if they're smart, just test shy or overwhelmed. I heard stories of kids dropping out because the pressure became too much. And in my research and in my studies for this episode, part 1, I come across some very sad research. Suicide rates tick up around testing time. This is real data. It's not hype. Research shows youth suicide rates are consistently higher during the school year than during summer vacation. Studies have found that teen suicide and suicide attempts drop sharply June through August and rise when school starts. In some periods, pediatric suicide rates can be 30 to 62% higher during school months compared to the summer. Suicide rates and mental health crises often spike around high academic pressure periods, including the testing season. And the sources, of course, you can go to National Bureau of Economic Research, CDC Youth Risk Behavior Survey, if you want to learn more for yourself. This isn't education. It's a pressure cooker that breaks kids emotionally while pretending to help them. So states call it accountability. But if it narrows learning, crowds out the 3 R's, and crushes kids under stress, is it really helping? Next week is part 2. The kids' side, the stress, the lost time, how testing changes everything in class, and why so many teachers and parents are just plumb fed up. Drop your declarations in the comments. Has testing hurt your kids' love of learning? If you're new here, subscribe. Please subscribe. Part 2 next week. This is GZG declaring. We're asking the tough questions for these children. So please subscribe, like, drop your declarations in the comments. Everybody has an opinion. I read all comments, and I understand that everyone has an opinion, and I want to hear your opinion. So please drop it in the comments. Like this video, share this video, because we are the voice for the children in these schools. We're here to protect these children. This is GZG again. I'll see you soon.